those Sellians would just rise up and take the island back over and say, "Fuck you, we're still pagan." And so I kind of like that, like that heroic last stand, Braveheart kind of vibe, So I thought it fit.
Hey, this is S. Patrick Brooks with the Heavy Underground Farm Report, and I got Patrick and Jeff from Solar Monolith today, man. I'm so stoked. How are you guys doing today?
Awesome.
Hey, man, I'm doing all right. Thank you. How are you?
Well, you guys, you just released an album like 11 days ago. Man, it's great. I have listened to it a whole bunch over the last week. The reviews are fantastic. The fan reactions are great. So what are your reactions to the reactions?
Shit, it's been wild that like people we've had reviews from Poland. We've been played internet radio in like South America. We got people
Like Gru's propaganda.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yep.
Cool. He reached out. He's a cool guy. He's actually a bass player, so he reached out, asked me about, nuts and bolts and gear and stuff too.
Nice.
So I'm always happy to talk gear. So.
Well, you guys, Patrick just mentioned briefly, international recognition. Like, you guys are from Warren, Michigan. Is Warren like a suburb of Detroit?
Yeah, to say we're from there is kind of, that's where we practice. I'm like an hour north of Detroit, and Jeff's south of Detroit, so that's sort of in the middle, pretty much.
Yeah.
You're from that Journey song. You're from South Detroit. That's cool.
Yeah, there's such a thing as South Detroit, but
That's what is that? Windsor in Ontario?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you see you're South Detroit, you're in Canada.
I know, man. Like, I seriously, like, you just have to look it up now. But anyway. So, guys, what's the internet like? International recognition? Is that like is it blowing your mind? Is that beyond expectation?
Absolutely,
man. Big time. Yeah, for sure.
For like the little band that could, I was like, wow, there's people outside of our friends care about this. Like, wow.
Yeah.
I think, well, honestly, man, social media obviously plays a role in that. You guys do a really great job with that. So let's just talk about the album just a little bit before we like move into some other things. And it is so heavy. I like the hard, like a hard blues kind of influence. What are your guys' influence for the album? What did you guys want to say with the album?
Well, influences. It's like the classic so-called stoner rock and doom stuff, and then I have a love of old '70s hard rock stuff, Budgie and Sir Lord Baltimore, the Groundhogs, and Humble Pie, Zeppelin, Purple, all those. So try to kind of bridge the gap, I guess, just to make stuff that we want to hear.
Like an advantage for you guys just being two people in the band?
Without question, it's night and day basically. Having and just one extra person can make all the difference, and I don't exactly mean that in a great way for the most part. You know what I mean? Because Pat and I, we get along so well on a personal level, and we connect on such a musical level that like whenever he comes to me with a riff, I kind of feel like I have an idea of where the drum should lie and where they should begin, where they should stop, and so on. And he kind of knows what to expect from me as well. So, and we just have to deal with each other, which hasn't really been too much of a task. So, Pat's an alright guy.
In addition to like writing stuff, because you don't have to wait for another 1, 2, 3 people to figure out what they're gonna do. So that's an advantage. And then like booking shows is like cheating. We get so many offers from other bands because they literally just have to message me. I send something over to Jeff. He's like, "Yeah, let's do it," and then we're right back to him within 10 minutes, maybe. And so we get a lot of opportunities for that reason because we just be able to answer so really quick.
I've talked to some other two-piece bands, and you're the first band to mention that. And man, that like makes so much. I mean, from a practical standpoint, that makes so much sense. Do you guys ever get the question, from people who don't know you, like, where's the guitar player? Or did you guys forget your guitar player tonight? Do you ever get that?
Well, we had one at one time. When we started, we were a three-piece, and then during COVID, we lost our practice space and our guitar player. Once we lost the practice space that we had, they just closed up shop, and he was frustrated. Hey, we're not playing gigs. We don't even have anywhere to practice. Peace out. And then we just took a couple months off, and it was like April 21, and I'm like, you know what? I got enough amps and shit. I think we could probably let's see if we could do it with just the two of us. See what happens. Because finding
So
somebody during the pandemic, that was going to be a challenge too. So I'm like, let's just give it a shot. Haven't looked back. So
The
it's
ones that I've been is
crazy
like
how
somebody will they'll be like be explaining to somebody about the band and they haven't heard anything. It's like, wait, so there's just drums and a bass? How does that work? It's like, just we figured it out. It works.
not too bad actually.
Yeah.
it works out great because you guys like create a lot of sound and the vocals add to that too, Patrick. Like, like who's your vocal inspiration, man? Where'd you learn to sing like that, too? I love how like you're like such a mean sounding singer, man, but in the coolest way. It's like shit, you don't want to fuck with that.
Honestly, the voice just came from when we were a three-piece, and we play loud anyway, just to be heard. It was like I had to find it somewhere. And I've never sang in a band or anything before Monolith, so it was like it was a lot of trial and error, but finding something that I don't know, influence. It's kind of hard. I mean, I like that. I like that gruff tone of like Matt Pike or Lemmy or something like that. So I think I was trying to reach back somewhere in that ballpark.
Matt's got to be kind of an inspiration for you. I know you guys are High on Fire fans, right? Or Sleep
Oh yeah,
fans.
yo, definitely.
We're both.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, you guys, I want to like ask you about a couple of the songs. Like, my favorite song on the album is Lucillian. Is that how you say it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I love. I really dig that song. Can you tell me a little bit about like the writing process for that song and maybe something about like the lyrics and why
yeah.
you wrote it?
That one goes back to when we had a guitar player, but I rewrote because it was really dependent on the guitar parts at the time. So we really reworked that one for the better, I think, because it didn't really even have a chorus or anything. And honestly, usually I feel like I stumble across something unique when I'm trying to rip off somebody. And I was really trying to cop the early like sword vibe. And I think I failed to do that, but we've got something else instead, which works out good.
It's awesome.
And the name comes from Ocelio is like a little island up in Estonia. And I was reading about, I think it was the Lithuanian Crusades, and they were like one of the last places in Europe to become a Christian. And so, like, what would happen is that the Crusaders would take over the island. They would like massacre everybody that like was against them, and
Oh,
then
way.
they would take off, and the Ocelians would just rise up and take the island back over and say, "Fuck you, we're still pagan." And so I kind of like that, like that heroic last stand, Braveheart kind of vibe. So
Yeah, cool. No,
that's how it
no,
works.
man. It comes through. I love that. I love that too. I'll tell you the other song that you guys have on that album that like really threw me in the best way was A Circle of Stars. And there's like a real Indian sitar kind of feel to that. Could you talk about how you guys record? Where is that your bass? Are you doing that on your
No,
bass?
that's
Okay.
just an
That's
acoustic
part of
guitar.
the question too. That's funny you say that. A lot of people say, is
Yeah,
it
it's
It was
different
just
an
like
bass
because
or
acoustic
is
it
that
just blew.
guitar.
It's
yeah?
so different from the rest.
No, it's just an acoustic guitar. It was my late father-in-law's like small body Gibson acoustic, and it's a 12 string, but it's only got 6 strings on it. And I recorded it in our practice space, and then when I just threw a whole bunch of reverb on it, and it was like gave it a sort of a otherworldly kind of vibe to it.
Yes, I'm telling you what, it will be featured in my next mushroom trip for sure.
Oh, hell yeah. That's not my cat, by the
Definitely.
way.
That's some.
Yeah,
Yeah. It. Hey,
that's one of
man.
mine. Sorry.
No, Mitzi made an
You
appearance
know,
on camera a little bit ago, so I just wanted to make sure.
your cat is welcome on our show. We are not just a purely dog show. We are definitely welcome cats. So, when you guys write
He's
songs, do
great.
you like sit in the same room to do it now? I know you guys don't exactly live next to each other.
Well, we have a practice space, and so we'll get together and jam. But I usually write at least the music and a general structure. Although usually I don't know how the hell I'm going to end a song, so I usually have like, hey, like here's 70% of a song. What do you think? And sometimes we change things around, or Jeff's got ideas on how things should go, and that. So we do everything kind of takes shape once we get together at jam. But I usually have some kind of rough game plan going into bringing something to him, so we at least
Mhm.
have something. I mean, not fixed, but at least like a vague idea what we're gonna do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jeff, do you think you get like more of a chance to participate in the writing process in a two-speed in this band and this setup than you might in a normal setup?
I guess that is what part of what makes my job easy is Pat is like a never-ending song machine basically. So like anytime we get together, it's like he's like, "Here, I got a riff and then it's going to go to this and it's going to go to this." And he every once in a while he'll be like, "Here, I kind of had an idea of how the drums should go here, here, here," which is fine. But for the most part he gives me free reign and just kind of says, "Hey man, whatever, what do you think?" And like I was saying earlier, like we're very open minded to each other's ideas or whatever, so that's a good thing. So yeah, I feel like I have a lot of say so in how the ending the song ends up, basically. You know what I mean?
You guys go back together.
We've been playing together since what, 19?
2019, yeah. So about 5 years,
How did you
6 years.
guys meet and decide? Yeah, I know you were a three-piece, but how did you guys like? How did that come
Uh,
together?
Craigslist had.
Yeah, it's
We
pretty
went through.
simple. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I started the band with the guitar player, and we went through a couple drummers, tried out a couple singers, and then I was just finally like after a couple singers, and we couldn't hear them or whatever, and I just like, you know what, fuck it, I'll just do it. I'll figure it out, whatever. So yeah, it took a little while to kind of coalesce until we got Jeff, and it was like, okay, now we're like, it seems like we got the right people, and then so we just stuck around with the two of us, and it's been not to slag off the guy we had before, but our personalities, Jeff and I, just get along a lot better. It's just we see things the same way, and that's makes it
An
so much.
overwhelming theme of the bands that I talk to that like are you guys are having fun, you're smiling together, you're having a good
Hmm.
time. Um, I imagine that translates on stage pretty well. I've seen some of your videos and stuff, and you guys are fantastic on stage. Is the
Thank you.
live is the live part of your game the most important to you? Do you like being in the studio better, or would you rather go out and play shows?
Playing live, absolutely. We did all the
Definitely.
recording ourselves in our practice space, and that man, just kind of figuring it out as you go.
So
Yeah.
you guys
A
did
shot.
all. So did you guys do the whole album yourselves?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn,
Hmm.
I
guys,
mean,
sounds awesome.
I'm ashamed to admit I used some AI mastering, but other than that, mixing it and recording it was all us.
Hey, let Patrick. Man, that's like a hot subject right now, bud. So I also use some AI mastering type stuff, like when I edit my videos and stuff. Do you think there's a difference between creating like pictures or music and then just or and like what you're talking about sounds more like a tool, like what Scott
Yeah,
Spires called one generative AI and the other one assistive J or AI. How do you feel about AI in general?
my biggest issue with it is in the art space because right now there isn't a way for art to be like created per se, like without basically stealing other people's art and then spitting out like
Exactly.
a husk of that person's style as new art. And that's the part I hate
Yeah.
about it. you
I
know,
agree with you.
sorry, my son came up to let the cat out for me.
Yeah,
So,
man. So I like use it
so no more
to.
meowing in the background. So,
So I use AI to like eliminate meowing from the background.
yeah,
So
right.
but like that's the kind of thing I would use it for too. But yeah, that's man, it's a really hot subject. And you know what? I really dig your album cover. So do you guys want to talk about the art process that was involved with that and what you guys
You
had to
know,
do with that?
it was actually really simple because there's a guy on Instagram. His handle's Mysterious4, and he does art and like t-shirt designs and stuff. And he had the artwork, and I was like, dude, how much? And
Cool.
all I did was add our logo in the title in the upper right. So he sent me that, and he does excellent stuff. And I sent it to Jeff right away. I'm like, dude, this is the artwork right here. And he's like, yes, 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 it
Definitely.
is.
What's that guy's name one more
Definitely.
time? Let's make sure we get his name out there.
Mysterious4.
Mysterious 4. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, man, I dig it. It really fits the song, like the simplicity of the album cover for me really like kind of fits the two-piece theme too, you know? It's just very straightforward and basic, but delivers a strong, like heavy message. So right on, man.
Right. Yeah.
You guys have some shows coming up.
Yes.
Mhm.
You got some freaking awesome shows coming up, you guys. Let's talk about them, and then let's talk a little bit about some of the bands that you're going to play with.
Yeah.
And we'll make sure that we like make you guys sound really good, and those guys just sound. No, I'm just kidding. We won't do that at all. All the bands you guys are playing with are super cool dudes.
We'd like to
So
play
on
with all those
April
bands
19th,
again.
you
So.
guys have a show coming up with Glass Chimera and Velvet Snakes.
Yeah.
Tell me, where's that show?
That's in Ypsilanti at Ziggy's, which is a cool place. Ypsilanti's like a college town. It's Eastern Michigan University's around there, I think. And we were there last year with the Velvet Snakes, and I'd say they're almost like a house band for Ziggy's. They play there all the time, and great dudes. And the poster art, if you check it out, was done by right. That's done by Logan, who's the guitar player from and singer from the Snakes. So he does excellent art as well.
Badass, no doubt. Yeah, yeah.
Like, what are they? What are those? What do Velvet Snakes sound like? Are they a stoner
Well,
rock band or?
they're like heavy psychedelic-y kind of stuff. Something maybe closer to like the OCs or something like that. Like they
I threw
also
Groovy
do
in there.
yeah, and they do a great cover of God, the Cramps. I'm trying to remember if it's Goo Goo Muck or Green Fuzz, but either way, any band that covers the Cramps are cool as fuck. And Glass Chimera is like maybe more. It's kind of hard to say proggy, but they're definitely like the heavier psych, but with like yeah, I guess you'd call them a little proggy. They're not. If you dig something like King Buffalo or something like that, and you might want a little bit more reverb, than Glass Chimera sort of in that ballpark, and they're just fantastic. And we've never really played a show with them before. I know a couple of guys, and I've been really looking forward to doing that. So they're
Hell yeah.
excellent.
Hey man, I got questions. Hey, we have a question for the crowd. Up Echo. Hey Eric.
Yep.
Any chance of Solar Monolith playing down south, maybe in Texas? You know he wants you down there. You know he wants you in
Well,
Houston bad. You
Eric,
guys got to
man,
stop at Denver when you go.
you get after Pat from your labeling, Pat from Clean, and maybe we can figure something out.
I
Man,
would
that would be.
absolutely love that. That'd be cool as hell, man.
I know
Well,
Eric
Grave
just
Next
got
Door's got some ins down there too, so maybe we figure
Patrick
something out then.
Newman's giving the old. He's listening. He's got his heart pounding. Eric's
That's
like
the tough
shit,
part,
sweating
man.
bullets now. He's got to like set something up, man. Hey, so Valerie's asking, Valerie Wilkerson. She's
Yeah,
awesome fan, like super fan, man. Love the
yeah, we
Wilkersons.
got to meet her
Yeah,
last
Valerie's like wondering what
2
your
weeks ago.
favorite venue to play is.
Jeff, you can go first. You got a favorite?
Would say Sanctuary. I mean, that's
Yeah,
the first thought or whatever. That's just a legendary place, and like it's such a kick-ass vibe, and like the sound of the people and the bands we played with there, the times we played, has just been an amazing experience, across the board. But we were talking about Ziggy's though. That's another one. That there are certain places that just have just such a cool vibe the second you walk in the door, and Ziggy's is definitely another one. So It's a bit of a toss-up sometimes, but I think Sanctuary might get the nod this time.
Yeah,
No,
for
go ahead. I'm sorry, Patrick.
yeah, geez. Well, aside from them, one of my favorites was a place in Lansing. What they're not having any shows right now, but it was called Displaced Manor, and it was literally someone's basement. It was a couple,
Yes.
and they had a PA,
Oh,
and a PA, and like lights and everything. So you could probably fit maybe 50 people down there. But we played there a few times, and fuck, those were great shows.
Big time. Yeah, that was a cool place too, for real.
They're
Very
rolling
unique.
up on you. It's great.
man,
Yeah,
seriously, that's punk rock. I love that. You
sure.
guys, I know there's one other place in Michigan that has a super cool vibe, and you guys are going to be playing there on October 10th in Grand Rapids at
Yeah.
it's Mulligan's, right? Is it
Yeah.
Mulligan's
Yeah,
Pub?
that's another one. Yeah.
I heard you guys are playing with some. Speaking of Patrick Newman, some guy, he's
Some
super
guy, yeah.
clean, and you guys are doing a pre Grand Rapids Doom Fest show.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hell of a lot of fun. Mulligan's is a cool place. We haven't been there in a while. We played there with Bog Wizard and Grave Next Door 23 maybe? So it's been a
I
minute
would say
since we've
so.
been at the Grand. So no, it's a great place. It's set up. They have heavy pours on their drinks. They even warn you when they walk in there. There's a sign. Be warned, our bartenders will give you a heavy pour if you get a drink here.
That's
And then
important.
yeah, and then the stage is cool. It's got like kind of like a almost like a half circle, so people can kind of fill in all around you. And
That's
then
cool.
there's like a balcony that with a chain link fence of all things that looks down on the stage, which is cool as hell to be up there too. So
Hell yeah.
it's a really cool place, and the sound guy and stuff when we were there before was fucking awesome. So good
Absolutely.
vibe
And
going.
Jason's super excited about you guys being in town and being involved in that, playing at
Mhm.
that cool venue.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting Jason in person. I've talked to him online and shit. Never met him in real life yet, so
I'm looking
to it.
forward to meeting him in person too. He's awesome. He's a trip. He's a great guy. Hey, Jason, if you're listening, buddy, Grand Rapids Doom Fest 2, man. We can't wait. October 10th and 11th, buddy. And congrats on that show. You got some great bands like this one right here, Solar Monolith.
Oh yeah.
Guys, you have another show coming up a little sooner. We'll talk about some shows this summer. Man, I'm a big Black Moon Cult fan, and you guys have a
Yeah.
show coming up with those guys on June 6th.
We actually playing with him twice coming up. So
Yeah. Oh, okay.
we also are playing in Toledo as part of a 10 band. It's like 10 bands for $10. It starts at like 4 in the afternoon. And so we're playing with Weed Demon and Stonecutters and Pythian, Blind Haven, and Black Moon Cult, and I can't remember a couple other bands from Detroit and stuff. So
Dude,
it's gonna
10
be
bands for $10. This is the best scene in the world. Like, seriously,
yes,
you're not getting shit music. Like, you're getting amazing musicians going out,
yes.
writing amazing songs. I'm going to say amazing like 16 more times. Great songs. And, for $10, I mean, what was the date on that one again?
May 10th. It's on a
May 10th.
Saturday, so a couple weeks from now, and then yeah, then it's June. Is it 6th that we're playing?
June
I think
6th. Yeah.
in Detroit with Black Moon Call on they're on tour at that point. So
Yeah, with Megaton Communion as well.
Communion, yeah.
Yeah.
So we've never played with either one of those bands, and I'm really looking forward to it. I feel like
Good band. It's
I've talked
really
to
good.
Caleb so much online, and like his taste in music with '70s bands.
I love that
I
kid.
mean, we're
He's
gonna
the
be like
best.
instant friends. I already know it.
Like, when I talk to Caleb about music, I feel like I'm talking to somebody I went to high school with, and I'm like
Right.
30 years older than that kid. He's a great, and sorry, kid thing. Sorry, I mean that with great respect, Caleb, if you're listening, but I love him to death, man.
I mean, I just saw the post where they were like working up a Captain Beyond cover, and I'm like, "Fuck yeah, dude!"
Yeah, right? How does he even know that?
Oh,
He will reference Robin Trower and stuff. It's just like,
yeah,
how do you
Mhm.
even know that? Oh, it's cool. He's a
yeah.
great kid, and
I
the
saw
music's fantastic.
Robin. I
Old
saw
soul.
Robin 15 years, 10, 12, 15 years ago. Still fucking brilliant live, so good. Just
Yeah,
mind
that's on my
blowing.
regret list.
If you get a
So,
chance,
fellas,
here or there, see Robin Trower, I'd still take him up. Still take up that offer if you see it.
well, hey, you guys have one more show that I want to talk about. Man, we're going to talk about Clean again.
They're everywhere.
On July 22nd, Hey, you know what? You're also playing with a band I just absolutely adore. They were on my show last week. Hey, so Crystal Spiders had a new single come out today. Check that out on. There's a link on Facebook. And Angel of Mars.
Yes.
It's
Hmm.
good. Like, what a killer show. What? Tell me about
Right.
that.
Yeah. I think Pat from Clean, as he's everywhere. I think he facilitated that gig with the Spiders, and then got us and Angel of Mars on it. Totally looking for. I'm as soon as I'm a huge Crystal Spiders fan already, so I was like, hell, fucking yeah! And we're playing at Outer Limits Lounge, which is in Hamtramck. Hamtramck's like a little. It's not like quite a neighborhood because it's surrounded by Detroit, but it's like a separate like little town. Used to be the Polish part of town. Now it's a melting pot. You see a lot of huge Muslim population, and you got like a whole melting pot of
You
America
must
all
have
in
some
one
good food
giant
there.
place. Yes, everywhere. You can't go a block in any direction without finding awesome food. Yeah, it's a really cool bar. And Crystal Spiders, it was like, hell yeah, I want to be on that in a heartbeat.
Hell yeah, for
Big,
sure.
it was a huge. I was like, yes, please. So when Pat was like, "You guys want?" I'm like, "Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
That's
Sign
so
me up."
cool.
And Angel of Mars, some other friends of ours. We played with them several times,
Yeah,
and yeah, they're just fantastic, and they're great people too. They're just a good hang.
awesome people. There's
Same
no
with
question.
boys are
Everybody's
always
great.
good to hang out with. Yeah,
Man, this
they're a
scene
hell of a
has
lot of
so
fun.
many good people. I'm sorry, Patrick. This scene has so many good people, and I ask everybody this question: why do you think there's so many just like down to earth, cool people on the scene? Because it's small.
Yeah, probably. And I think because maybe it's this is my little pet theory. When I was I'm 41 now, so when I was in bands in my early 20s in Detroit, and I was in a couple failed bands, so I was never even got that far at the time. But it was like the tail end of the garage rock explosion in Detroit. So, and it was very competitive and cutthroat, and it was like you couldn't even get on a bill within our band if they didn't. You weren't. Who are you? It was very very cliquish and stuff. And I think it was because of that. There was this buzz in Detroit. It never really happened,
It's
but
like this is like Jack White, Von
yeah,
Bondi's kind of
yeah,
time.
Von Bondi, yeah. So like in a couple others like Dirt Bombs and stuff, there was like this buzz in Detroit that the scene was going to blow up like Seattle in the early 90s. It never quite happened like that, but that was the vibe. And so the bands were all very like, it's going to be us, not you kind of vibe. And I think the stoner and doom and heavy music scenes have, maybe they don't have any delusions of grandeur and that's because the music industry is different anyway. Like no major is going to come in and swoop up a band most likely, you know, so there's not we all have a more realistic like view of where we fit in with everything, and I think that takes some of the ego out of it. But it's also just a lot of people, and it's unpretentious music. I mean, there's not. It attracts people that just want to play fucking loud, have a couple beers, and hang out with your friends. I mean, really,
It's
you know.
true. I mean,
But I think it attracts that kind of musician. And one of the things from listening to your show is it seems like you had Hippie Death Cult on and the Spiders. They said that across even the touring landscape, even international touring that both I think I know Hippie Death Cult has done. They had the same kind of things to say. All the bands look out for each other, and I thought, you know, I still think Detroit's scene is special. So don't
sure it
get
is.
me wrong, but it was amazing to hear that it's not just in our pocket of the universe. It's like pretty universal for our kind of music, which is really awesome. Which I should probably know from when we've opened for touring bands. They've all been excellent to us. So
I was
that
just about
it
to say the
was
same thing too. Yeah, they'll come out and they'll hang the bullshit with us and say, they liked our show or whatever. You know what I mean? So yeah, people that
absolutely.
you wouldn't think that would just come up to you and just be unbelievably kind is it's across the board, man. It's been great.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's my experience as well. Like the first time I can't remember exactly who it was buying merch from the band, and they were grateful I was buying merch. I
Hmm.
remember buying merch at a Dual show in Tom was yelled at from behind. He's like, "You're buying our shirt before you even saw our band." And I was like, "I heard your band," but like that's like the prevailing attitude. That's absolutely, man, that's freaking awesome to hear. Hey, you guys, we're gonna wrap it up here in just a couple of minutes. I just wanted to thank some people that are tuned in. If you guys don't mind, you would probably like to
Yeah.
hear who's
Hell yeah.
curious to hear you too. This is probably not a complete list, but Andrea did a fantastic job getting as many people up on this board as we possibly could. We got Patrick Newman, Vicky and Valerie, Jason Doom, Alan
Yeah.
Peterson, Igor Lukina. Hey, buddy. Sean Seed. Hey, buddy. Hey, man. I'll see you Saturday. Southern California Heavy Jam. Steve Minton. Bonnie Rames. Dio from Christos Matters. Joey
Great.
Mann. Brandon Urban. We got Harlan Link from
Brandon.
Fog Wizard. We got Tori, my friend. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it, Tori. I got Linda. I got Linda LaGressley. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. We got the Sanctuary in Detroit. We got Richard, James, Martin. We got Adam Carr. Man, I got Hop Echo. We got Eric from Electric tuning in. Thanks, Eric, man. We'll try to send these guys down to Houston.
I got to shout out Colossus because Brandon, Joey, and Richard, they're all three guys in Colossus, and they're a great band we play with all the time.
Hell yeah.
Since you are on my radar, I will be reaching.
Yes. Good. They're fucking excellent.
Big time.
Jeff, you got anything you want to say before we jump off?
Oh, just thanks for having me here, man. Just been a trip, man. I'm fucking stoked, man, for sure. So thank you.
Man, I had a blast. Yeah, thanks for joining, Jeff. And Patrick, you got any closing words of wisdom for the kids out there? Go to school, stay off drugs, or anything like that?
When in doubt, play loud with fuzz.
You can't say that when I'm taking
the prime note, loud and with fuzz. When in doubt, can't
Hell
beat it.
yeah. You guys are awesome, man. I really appreciate you taking the time today. Oh, we got a late name going up, Justin Potter. Sons of Gulliver, speaking of two-piece badass bands.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, cool,
Hell
man.
yeah. You guys, man, you're blowing up. You're huge. Your album's badass. You got a great tour coming out. I'm super excited. I love listening to your album. It's gonna hopefully take you guys to some new places. Hopefully see you at some festivals, and we'll stay in touch.
Hell yeah, man.
I appreciate you guys. Hey, if you guys don't mind hanging on, I'm gonna do the little sign off, but hang on for just a second. But
okay.
Hey guys, thank you. So many people tuned in tonight. I really appreciate it. This is S. Patrick Brooks with the Heavy Underground Farm Report. Got Solar Monolith on the show. Hey guys, we got another show coming up in about, it looks like 2.5 hours. We're gonna have Formula 400 tonight from Southern California. So it's a little late for you East Coasters. So do some drink some coffee, and stay up and watch the show. All right, I'm gonna let the fans go, but you guys stay on for a second. See the
Yeah!